Hi guys, how are you?
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
I got to take that off of there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys. Anyway, me and Perry are running late. We're running late because at the last minute, Vegas has gotten our phone, the alarms on our phone saying it's going to be a flash flood. The winds are going crazy. We've got some crazy storm going. And I was saying, is it going to interrupt our connection that's already bad?
It's possible. I mean, I had to take the patio blinds down. So
someone said, please, can't stand him. They're talking about Diddy. No, it was a joke. It was a joke that I did to Perry, and I forgot it was there. And then I went to go do my opening, and it was stuck there. And then everyone started telling me happy birthday. So I waited till my real birthday to play it. I got to get that off there. This is not
real. Yeah.
Anyway, listen, this is going to be a very good video. We've got so much information. It's insane. So what I do is I explain what they call regular media, maybe bigger outlets say, and then I talk about what the blogs say. Because, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a blogger. The blogs, so there's a war going on with mainstream media and the blogs. They want to discredit us. They want to act like we don't know what we're doing. I heard that when like they're messing with the bigger blogs, like Armand when he went to the Diddy trial, they're just messing with bloggers. They try to get all the bloggers kicked out the courtroom at one trial. They feel like bloggers are moving into their territory and they are willing to do any and everything to do it. But the blogs ain't no joke.
Right. No.
The blogs get the information. I'm going to show you how today. I'm going to show you how. The blogs get the information and they're just trying. It's a silent, it ain't even silent. Because remember, I can't say his name, but they're trying to get bloggers kicked off of trials before they even get there.
Yeah.
Perry,
no,
go ahead.
No, I'm going to say mainstream media is going to be that way, though. I feel like they're in a no-win situation. They loved it where they could just follow the company policy and say what the company want, and they didn't have to speak the truth. They didn't have any competition. So they can come on there, and as long as they was getting paid, they'll just preach whatever the company wanted them to say. Now, when you got bloggers out here that's speaking the truth, they feel discredited. And if they even try to come remotely close of speaking the truth, they lose their job.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Or they just, I don't know. Most of it's just a mess. It's just a mess going on. But so I'm going to report both. Let's start with what the mainstream media is reporting today. It's so much stuff that is going on. Oh my gosh. Let's just start with the typical is that now the Daily Mail, I love the Daily Mail. Very big corporation. They were the first people to discover that Kevin Hunter was cheating on Wendy, or was it Tasha K? Let me tell you guys, TMZ and the main blogs, when it comes to urban stories, they copy the blogs. They copy Jason Lee. They copy Tasha K because they don't have reach to that audience. But this one's a very, very good one. I really like them. So this is what they're saying here. It says, well, they actually found that the day after he was reported moving, he has masked guards guarding the home. Now, that means you don't live there anymore. You broke the lease. You moved. What are they doing, Perry?
I mean, maybe not everything's out of the house. I mean, why would he have masked guards out there unless...
I move all the time. I don't have guards in front of my house.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can move all the time. But when you're moving, you're not a possible suspect in a can either. You know what I'm saying? If you'd have had stuff in your house while you was moving, you probably would have some armed guards outside too to make sure nobody come in when you wasn't there.
Okay, so maybe there's a reason. Let me read the first couple of paragraphs. It says, two masked men were caught on video pacing outside a Hollywood Hills rental home vacated by the musician David. Days after police raided the property in search of blood evidence linked to the detached limbs found in the Tesla. I don't know how to say it no other way. The Daily Mail obtained exclusive footage of the bizarre scene on Wednesday as movers loaded furniture and boxes of the stars belonging into a truck outside the $4.1 million mansion. And somebody sent me this the other day. And I'm so sorry, I cannot remember your name. Thank you guys for sending me stuff. I really appreciate it. But somebody sent me some information saying that this is Halle Berry's old house. And they actually said, I forgot all about that. I'm gonna have to do a story on that. They actually sent me a picture of the house he's in now. But I forgot all about this stuff is crazy. It says the homeowner, I cannot pronounce the homeowner's name. It's Miden, Miden, and then I can't even TRIFUNOVIC. I don't know. The homeowner has a strong security presence and is subject to frequent patrols. They're saying, I don't know. The homeowner also said that he had no idea that David was living there. We already heard this before. He confirmed that he paid $20,000 a month on a rental. That's crazy. Yeah, so nothing different than what we already know, but just the armed guards in front of the house. I really don't know why he has armed guards. Perry, you say it's safety precautions.
I mean, look, I just know when I move, I don't have no armed guards. I might not just keep the back of the truck open and stay in the house for an hour. I might peek out, make sure nobody's offloading the truck while I'm trying to load it. I don't know. It looks suspicious to me. Because if you was going to pay somebody, you'll pay they ass to be loading the truck. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of walking around guarding it. But I don't know. I mean, this whole case is just weird to me.
It's getting very, very weird. Wait till we cover it today. So now let's move on to the police finally came forward. I'm sure you guys have seen this already, but I have to make sure it's in my collection. So just listen to this tape that I got off of Instagram.
Investigation into the death of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas continues as the LA County Medical Examiner confirms her remains have now been released to her family for memorial services. This more than 2 weeks after Rivas's dismembered and decomposing body was found at a tow yard inside a Tesla registered to singer David.
It's an ongoing investigation. We have a lot of resources dedicated to bringing it to a conclusion.
LAPD Chief Jim McDonald speaking with Eyewitness News about the relationship between 20-year-old David and Rivas, who just turned 15 earlier this month.
Because it could be illegal to have a relationship with somebody that age.
Yeah, certainly whenever you investigate a homicide, the detectives look at all of the associated issues as well.
The singer, who was on tour, has now canceled all of his shows, but has not commented on the investigation. As he remains silent, his fans are loud online, critiquing his lyrics and music videos that feature gory imagery and themes. And take a look at this video for One More Dance.
The heavier the snow.
What appears to be a blindfolded David in a bloodied shirt standing by as two people put a body into the trunk of a car. And this anime video for David's song Rehab depicting a girl's arm being cut off.
Wow.
So now listen, y'all don't underestimate the police. Everybody's saying what's taking them so long. How come the blogs are coming back with more information than the cops? When you are the police chief of Los Angeles, y'all don't know how important that job is. And if you don't win or you play to the media, you'll get fired.
Yeah.
What's the girl's name in the Diddy case?
Comey, was it?
Yeah. Maureen Comey.
Yeah.
You got to win. You've got to win. So let them take their time. Let them take their time. Let them get to, but did he tell us anything different? No, he's very tight-lipped. Remember, because I was in that chat, they have been questioning people, and all of that stuff that I told you guys the last 3 videos that they've been reporting to the police. I've been talking about in this chat. They have reported to the police. So, and it's weird. I wonder if I should play the Ashley tape. So Ashley, is it Banfield? I like her a lot. Cannot remember her name. Her name is Ashley something, and she works for News Nation, and she has her own YouTube channel. Well, she interviewed this girl who said that she was talking to his friends. I should play it. Hold on. Let me play this. It's like delayed. They're talking to the wrong people. Let me play this for you really quick. They're talking to the people that he knew in the music business. And I don't think they knew all of this stuff about. Here we go.
So Charlie, you talked with friends of David. How did they know him, and how well did they know him?
Yeah, so the folks that I spoke to are in the LA music scene, so they know David very, very well. They didn't know Celeste as well as they knew David, but they did notice that he was bringing her along when they would go to parties in the music scene. Maybe they would have hangouts after a recording session, and they knew David to be a very gentle person, is what they told me. They also described him as very soft-spoken. Friends around him are extremely shocked that he's even remotely connected to this grisly murder of a 14-year-old girl. Obviously, he has not been named a person of interest. And from what we've seen, there is no legitimate connection connecting him to the death of this young girl. However, her remains were found in his car. And just that connection alone has really shocked a lot of people around him.
Did they get the impression that this was a romantic couple?
Yes, absolutely. So the people that I spoke to that were seeing them together out in the scene believed they were romantically involved. Now, look, they did not say anything about PDA, said that David was a very shy, quiet person, and Celeste seemed to mirror that as well. So they weren't out there making out at parties and things like that, but they did believe, because they would see them together so frequently, that these two were in a relationship.
Where did they get the idea that she was somehow a 19-year-old going to USC as a college kid?
Isn't that just so crazy? Because, you know, we think, how does a 14-year-old child present as a 19-year-old woman? And I was told that these people were just so sure that she was a college student. They were specific. They said that she attended USC from what they believed. And also she was seen at events where there's age restrictions, you know, clubs and parties and stuff like this, where she had to be at least of 18 years old to get in. And we do know from law enforcement sources that she did have several fake IDs as well. So she was able to get into places where there was age restrictions. But,
you know, Charlie, it's so sad to hear that you and I are talking about a 14-year-old girl, but I keep going back to the fact that it's possible he connected with her as early as 12, and on the far end, maybe even 11. Did these friends have a long relationship with David? Like, for instance, did they...
She's asking the right questions.
Yeah.
Because it's not the friends in the music business that knew about this. You got to go back to Lake Elsinore. Go ahead, Perry, I cut you off.
Oh, no, I agree. Like, I don't know. I mean, this whole case, and I see people in the chat, they'll say, well, do we believe it? Believe what? I just know it's a case. And at this point, I learned from the Diddy thing, just any trial really, to be transparent. Until I see evidence, I can't say whether the man did it. What ties it to David, the connection they could be talking about, it could be simply just because it was in his car. But it doesn't mean he put it there. It don't mean he did it. I don't know. But his actions and stuff do come across weird to me. A little strange.
Well,
like, you know, it's almost like every night is Halloween. Go ahead.
So anyway, so that's pretty much the latest updates from the mainstream media, is that the police are being very tight-lipped, and people are very, very upset about it. He finally spoke, made a public statement. The police chief didn't really say much, and he's not expected to. We wouldn't want him to speak prematurely. We don't want that. And so, you know, the guards could be weird, could not be weird. But let's talk about the gossip. That's why I have a gossip channel, because it's like night and day. And remember, I was telling you guys, we read the text messages from the Discord, and then there was another live chat. And I should put the link in there to that, because more and more people, it was supposed to be private, and now more and more people are listening to their chat. But they could not find the mother or father. Remember, I was like, I tried to pull them up. Everybody tried to pull them up. We couldn't find the parents. All I had was a picture of, they gave me a picture of the house that they live in, and it was not in the best of their neighborhoods. I'm not trying to disrespect all of Lake Elsinore. You guys, I mean, we did a whole video, and all people wanted to talk about is, you are shaming Lake Elsinore. No, trying to get you a picture of why a mother might take money from some grown-ass man with your daughter. But anyway, right. According to the rumors, this is the mother's page, okay? And in her comment section was a email written to her. I believe Chronicle Speaks reported this. This other lady, I'm going to put her picture up here. I don't know, but they're saying that, and now it's down, by the way, it's down now. But translation, let's go through this translation. It was overwhelming. And why aren't the parents coming forward? Now, I'm not trying to bash a grieving mother, but we all know that when a tragedy happens, the first people you got to clear are the parents. And since the LAPD are being tight-lipped, then we got to clear the parents, and we can't do that right now, okay? Now, translation said, "Good evening, Miss Mercedes. I'm letting you know, a few hours ago, a plane arrived at the international airport in Calicon, this is Mexico, Sinaloa, coming from McLean, now Palomar Airport. The only reason I know where this airport is because I used to live in Oceanside. When I lived in Oceanside, California, there's a Marine base there. That's how I met Perry. Okay, these are very small counties in San Diego, very small. But Carlsbad, nobody hears of Carlsbad. Like, it's a very rich town, extremely rich. Celebrities live there. It's very quiet. It's also the place that Junior Seau tried to run off the cliff. Mm-hmm. Money. There's people with money, okay? So he's saying that coming from the McLean Palomar Airport with a group of young women, the young girls are being bought. I'm going to zoom this in so I don't have to say this word. Y'all see right here where my cursor is? For the H word and the T word. Among the group is a young woman named Celeste Rivas. She says she's your daughter.
Wow. Oh
my.
That's strange.
What is it? We gotta. Oh, you guys remember this? You guys know where Palomar is? I mean, Carlsbad, very rich. Am I lying? Very rich. Very much different from Lake Elsinore. Who would just pick this small airport to say? Nobody knows about Carlsbad unless you live in San Diego County. It's not like Beverly Hills that has a name. It's very strange. Now, is this legit? No, it's not. But it's what the blogs are talking about. Perry, we've seen this morning. What are your thoughts?
No, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know how legit it is. I mean, like, it's out there. You know, at this point, I got to see real evidence, but people talking. It's strange to me that the parents haven't shown their faces. It's strange. People say, oh, well, you know, it's a private time for them. It should have been a time that maybe, if you say it was a private time for the parents not to show their face now, why didn't they show their face when they was concerned when their kid was missing three or four times in 2024? They filed a missing report, but any parent would show their face, I would believe, and maybe be out in the streets searching for their kids. You know what I'm saying? Doing something,
Mhm.
hanging up posters, doing something. But it's strange. And with this T word going on, it sounds like they're saying that uh, the plane flew out of Carlsbad going to
But
the
who
other
will say that in the comment section? I mean, it's kind of weird. Everything's weird. The way they're acting is weird. This comment is weird. Why? I'm with Perry. Grieving parents, most likely, most of the time, step forward. I believe the blogs on this one. Something strange with the parents. No disrespect, cannot help how I feel. Also, can't help how I feel about Lake Elsinore. Okay, there are new developments in Lake Elsinore, but it's not Marietta. It's not Temecula. It's not Carlsbad.
Yeah.
Can I get that out of you? I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm trying to let the people know it's not a prestigious area at all.
Right. And it could be up and coming, like this chat saying that they building new homes now. Yes, I guess so. But we're talking about the part that, well, back when we was out there, it wasn't too many new homes like that. And, you know, no disrespect. It just is what it is. You got different kind of income areas.
Yeah.
Like we do in every city.
I'm trying to tell you what kind of situation this could be in. The parents do not live well. I showed you the house yesterday. They don't live well at all. And now with this text message and the way that the parents are acting, do we have ST entering the situation?
Well, you know, yeah. I mean,
I know,
well,
it's-
obviously it's definitely coming in, whether it's legit, not legit. But the question is, if you got a daughter or a kid and they just pop up missing, you stop looking for them. We wouldn't put this, well, oftentimes we're like, oh no parent would ever do that. People speculate that some of the girls that was with R. Kelly was under this situation. People speculate that people send their kids off, even, you know, when they say, well, Usher had the kid and Diddy had the kid, just to make them famous, will put them kids in bad situations. I'm not the type of parent. I don't think you guys in the chat are the type of parents that would, you know, barter your kid, but some parents will. And I'm not saying they're ones. At this point, they ain't got nobody. Well, they ain't saying they got a person of interest. We don't see the parents. He seemed to be moving out of houses, just bouncing around.
I know.
He's not behind bars. And maybe he just, you know, speaking all through his attorneys, like somebody said, right? But at this point, I don't see enough evidence either way. Now, the only thing I know, and I think we all agree on, is the body was in his car. But anybody could have been driving his car. Hell, even at that point, she could have been driving his car. And something happened and somebody had the keys and put her in. We don't know. But it's something strange about this whole situation. And I think everybody going to keep coming up with these theories and this and that until we have something truthful.
Yeah. So let me credit this TikToker. She's a person that was talking about these messages.
That really talks about stuff that's trending, but I wanted to talk about the Celeste Rivas case. I've been doing so much research on this, and I just do this with like any other case. This one I found something that I haven't seen anybody talk about, and I wanted to share. So at first I went on her mom's Facebook and I was like scrolling and literally did not see anything about the situation at all. So from what we've gathered, she went missing the first time, she was brought back home, and then she went missing again and never came back. So I scrolled down and I find one post regarding this entire situation, and this is from last year, like when she first went missing the first time. And it really bothered me because I was like, what? The mom put out a Facebook post for the first time that she went missing and then said that she came home and whatever. Second time, nothing was ever posted. She wasn't even reported missing, I don't think. And basically was just gone untalked about. So I scrolled down to the post.
And let me stop it there for a minute. What they're saying is, originally it was found out that she was missing twice, right? Now they got it at 4 times. Insinuating that if she was in some kind of ring and they would make her go back to the parents, and the parents would keep putting her out there again. It's totally different than mainstream media. I don't know who's telling the truth, but that's what they're insinuating. And they keep lying about how many times she was missing and avoiding the cameras because they made her do these things with the grown man. It's crazy. This is what they're saying. I cover all sides.
Yeah.
She put out when she first went missing. It's this post right here. Now, if you go in the comments, like I translated all the comments and everything, there is this comment. It says, because you don't pay attention to the messages you get. I clicked on it and it is in Spanish, but I just used ChatGPT to like translate it because I didn't want to type everything into Google. Now, these are the text translated. It says,
yeah, and I already read those to you guys. So they're really saying that this is a ex traffic thing. That's what they're saying. And that her mother was in on it. The parents were in on it. Now,
yeah, because the parents, I guess they interviewed, well, somebody said they interviewed the parents, and they really, I don't know. It's weird how they saying that they did file a missing report. And then when I first heard about it, it was once. But then she came back for about 30 days, took off again. And then I also heard the rumor, because these are rumors, people, what I'm saying, is that some of her friends would say that David would be paying the parents off to say, hey, don't put nothing out there that she's missing, and give them some form of a payment. Do I know if it's true? I don't know. But let's say if it's not true, and go with your kid is missing. Now this happened a year later.
They say,
I mean,
a law enforcement agency.
They don't come across parents who didn't know their kid wasn't gone. They can't show me no school record.
Hold on, Perry.
Huh?
Okay, Google, stop. You set off my Google. Go ahead.
I don't see no school record. They can't produce me no school record that their daughter was home. So obviously they knew their daughter was missing, gone somewhere. I think that you would get more out of the parents. And people say, well, Perry, you can't blame the parents. I don't know if they did nothing. I hope they didn't. I hope I'm just wrong. But it just seems sort of odd that, okay, she's gone. Well, we'll never see her again. Let's just go back and feed the rest of the kids. You know.
I can't.
What the hell going on?
Perry.
I think people would do shit for money.
If we're going towards X traffic, this story is worse than we thought. So, but I can't say for sure, but the parents are acting very strange. And I'm not trying to convict a grieving mother. I'm not trying to do that. I'm telling you that these rumors are out there and people aren't necessarily saying that you're innocent. They're not. And then at the day of the vigil, the friends that were there were saying she needs to be investigated. She needs to be investigated. And if anything happens, she needs to go to jail also. So, you know, these are serious accusations that's going on. But listen, don't underestimate the blogs. Don't underestimate the blogs. Obviously, something's going on. The police are interviewing people, asking them not to talk about this in the public, but they're doing it anyway. Why? Maybe because they're getting upset and they feel like the police, I don't know why these people are talking.
Why the friends are talking?
The friends from Lake Elsinore, not in the music industry.
No, I mean, they talking because guess what? They lost somebody that they once knew. They ain't entitled to just stay quiet. They ain't on trial. They ain't a person of interest. They just saying, hey, I always knew something was strange over there. And when you're around people, you pick up tendencies. Every day I see them come out the house smiling like Bob, just saying hi, not grieving. Because when people say, no, it's not that you're knocking a grieving parent. We don't want to. I could be totally wrong. But it didn't seem to me that they've been grieving for over a year. And typically payments, I don't know. A lot of parents want the best for their kids. I think every parent wants that. But every parent ain't willing to put their kid in harm's way or in a bad situation just for them to make it. Some parents just think, hey, my kid can have a better life with this person, and our cable bill can get paid. You know,
It's a lot. It's a lot, you guys. It really, really is. Callie, you're a mess. She said, "Look, you got to read Callie. That's a mess." Anyway, also, this is the police medical report that they handed out today. It doesn't say much of anything. They still say that they're waiting on a toxicology report that we all know could take up to 6 weeks, if not longer. Also, they're waiting on some information from the investigation, whatever that means. I don't know what it could be. I can't even guess, but this just says that the official information is listed as deferred, which means we're waiting on stuff. And so let's see, what happens when it comes in. I think that they're not giving us, well, you got to wait for a toxicology report. That's just natural. They are working with the police. And I think the police, this is my opinion, knows more than what we think they know. Because remember, these days, you can't strike out. I'd rather you go turtle slow and get it right than speed lightning fast and get it wrong.
Yeah.
I can't stand messy police work. LAPD has a terrible reputation. I don't know if that's changed, Callie. You tell me if it's changed. I just was in Inglewood a month ago, and they have a horrible reputation. So they can't afford any more heat. That's why I think they're going slow. But I don't mind them going slow. But people are extremely upset about them going slow. So now this is what we have. We got the mainstream media saying their friends, his friends saying that he was a lovely guy. They didn't see this kind of person that the media is talking about. They're saying that they did see Celeste, but they thought she was 19 years old and went to USC. So they're shocked. Then you got this other group that I read the text messages from saying, listen, the parents allowed this. They knew what was going on. Not only did they allow, they took money for it. They took money. And they're covering things up. Very, very weird. I want to play you one more video. This is a long video about another friend, what they said in this chat. And I might as well, should I put the chat out so people can go read them themselves? Because every time when I first joined that chat, I would say it was like maybe 50 people. Now it's like 30, like a lot of people. I don't know, maybe 20,000. It's a lot of people. But let me have him read this to you guys. Because it was just too damn long for me.
David, you need to hear this brand new information because it makes a lot of things more clear. So someone close to David posted this. It's a little long, but trust me, it's worth listening to. They said, so I have a friend who was friends with David and I was around David because of him. Heads up, it's a long read. My friend and I found out about the car September 8th and my friend contacted David after and he just responded with, I can't say anything about that because I don't know what's going on. My car was stolen and I'm talking to the police. That was the last thing David said. As things started to come out online and the ID of the victim, we realized that the body that was found was his GF Celeste, the 19-year-old we met a few times after his shows, kickbacks, parties. One thing I can talk about that I'm 100% sure is that there was two Celestes because I've met them both and I've spoken to them both. One thing about that looking back that I find weird is that when they were both in the same room, the older one called herself Cece. If one was there and the other one wasn't, she would call herself Celeste. I wasn't too close to David, but my friend was. He was always invited to the events or kickbacks at his place or his shows at hotels and he would bring me with him. He was always surrounded by streamers and TikTokers, Mark's Fat At, and this guy Ben. Now when we would stream with other people at his place, he would pull Celeste, the minor, to the side and tell her he was going to stream and she can watch him in the room so the girl would go hide out. I specifically remember this because this happened during a tattoo party he threw and there was a female artist and she actually refused to tattoo minor Celeste because she needed an actual copy for her consent form. And the minor Celeste was asking for a butterfly behind her neck like Cece, and I remember the artist kept saying no and David started to get annoyed annoyed and told the artist that she lost out on the clientele he was going to bring her, and she said that was fine, she just has a policy like his NDA that she likes to follow. He tried to tell the artist that Celeste already had tattoos and she shouldn't worry about it because she's 19, and she told David, dude, I'm not gonna lie, she looks 13, I need the ID, I respect your NDA, please respect my policy. David just said okay, pulled Celeste to the side and told her he was gonna call his other artist later and that he was going to stream, so she should go to her room, she can come out when he is done, and he kissed her on the forehead, came back to the artist, apologized to her, and gave her a side hug. When David left, I asked the tattoo artist if this was the first time she's tattooed him, and she said no, this was her second time because last party a guy named Mark told her Celeste was a minor, but she wasn't sure if that was true or not, but if so, she wanted nothing to do with that stuff, and she didn't understand why the last party she came and that CC girl was getting called a different name and couldn't remember what, but it wasn't Celeste. I tried reaching out to the artist but got no reply. I tried again recently but noticed she hasn't posted since November of last year, which is scary. Also, I'm hearing that the older Celeste is now claiming that she never knew or met the younger Celeste, and that's a damn lie. She always looked annoyed and miserable and always seemed bothered when the younger Celeste was around and she wasn't getting David's attention. It always seemed like a love triangle. I know David has family in Texas and I know he's from New York City, so maybe he's out there hiding, but let's hope Celeste gets justice and the older Celeste needs to be questioned because it's crazy odd that she's seen wearing a dead girl's clothes. She always gave me bad vibes. Rest in peace to Celeste. Let me know what you guys think about this, and as anything comes out, I'll keep you guys updated.
Okay, so now
Investigation into
you got two different sides telling two completely different stories. Now I know with the Diddy case, those rumors ran rampant. Jaguar Wright was talking, and CC and Ronnie Bo. But does that mean they're lying? I don't know. But it can influence the public, these things that are not official.
Right.
So we got to be real aware of what we have to be well aware of what we're saying and how we're saying it. I'm telling you, these are the rumors going around on the internet. Now they're saying that there were two Celeste and they knew each other. Celeste Hernandez, that's the girl, and Celeste Herrera. And that they were jealous of each other. He's describing a real life R. Kelly situation.
Right.
How controlling he was over her. Don't go here. Don't do this. You do this. You do what I say. That's the kind of situation he's describing. But his friends, I just played the Ashley Banfield video, are saying they saw none of that. The friends that are in the music business, not the friends from Lake Elsinore. And then you've got the competing stories of the friends. Perry, who do you believe?
Look, I don't know who to believe until I see actual evidence, but I see like it can be truth told on both sides. His friends can really think David is this nice guy. David could be truly this nice guy. They said when all this went down, he was on tour. Other people now, when he said somebody could have stolen his car or whatever, I mean, you know, maybe whoever was driving your car told you somebody stole your car. Look, that part I don't know. But it seems to me, and I think both sides are sort of saying, yeah, he was with her. Now, we thought she was 19, but if she wasn't 19, then it's a fact that he was with a underage person, right? This other girl might need to be a suspect and could be. Jealousy pushed you over to do a lot of things. He on tour. We doing this. This is my chance to be the one and only. I'm not saying she did, but when people start saying, if I seen y'all together multiple times and you start to say, oh, I don't know that person, it sounds suspect. Why would you distance yourself? You can say, well, I don't really know her that closely, but I have seen her at functions or whatnot. I don't know. It's weird.
Also, there's all kind of theories floating around the internet. People are changing their mind on the original story. Just take a listen to this.
Since the body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez was discovered in the trunk of singer David's Tesla, and there has still not been an arrest. I have been driving myself crazy with theories about this, and at this point, here's what I'm thinking. I have toyed with the theory or the idea that perhaps David didn't red rum Celeste. Perhaps something else happened, a possible OD. He panicked. He put her in his car because he was scared that he would be caught hanging out with her or allegedly having a sexual relationship with her. And she is very underage. She was 13 or 14 at the time. So there's that aspect of the whole thing. And there's also the fact that the medical examiner's office has not put out a cause or manner of death yet. And the toxicology report does take some time. So that could be a couple weeks from now. So they don't even have that information yet. So I think that is part of why there hasn't been an arrest made. And also, just going back to something that Steve Fisher posted, who is a really great private investigator. He's been all over this case. He stated that when he emailed the Los Angeles Medical Examiner's Office, they did not say anything about Celeste being quote unquote dismembered. So that is another thing here. I mean, TMZ first reported that through the LAPD, and it could have been that her body was so decomposed, and I'm so sorry to say this, that it fell apart. So I keep toying with all of this. I mean, that doesn't explain David's obsession with homicide and romance and the blood spatter shirts and everything that the internet sleuths have dug up about him that's creepy. I'm just throwing it all against the wall, you know, wondering what's going to stick at this point.
Ooh, child.
Yeah, no, this is it's a mess. It's a mess because, yeah, the only thing most people only know is that it's alleged that he dated the girl when she was 11, 12. She was missing. So a lot of that stuff can add up, and she was found in his vehicle. Just body parts or whatever, you know. But that's all we really know. We don't know like who's in possession of his cars, and I'm sure like who was at your residence with them while you was on tour. Have they talked to these people? Did she leave on a Monday and you didn't see her again ever? You know what I'm trying to say? Like cameras. If you got guards, you got cameras too. So this is a big mess. But I'm not here to give nobody a life sentence without evidence.
Right.
So,
we got to remember, stick to the evidence. Stick to the
I
evidence.
think that if you're doing this with underage people, you know, ladies, you're a freak. And it should probably be some justice on that. But we're talking about the K-ing right now. But this
Hi,
is
Callie. She been commenting up the storm in the comment section. She says, even if she was chopped again, why would you leave a body in your own register in your name in front of where you live? Something is not adding up. Listen, that makes sense. Unless something was wrong with him in here. I don't know. I go back and forth though. No, it had to be David moving the car around.
But like, I don't know. I mean, if he was on tour, wouldn't his car be locked up in his garage? Somebody could have had.
He had cars
locked up. Well, I mean, then look, it's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
You know, we need to know who else could have been driving this car. Could it have? And somebody said that Celeste didn't drive. I mean, I'm not sure if they said it. She didn't
that's
drive
true.
because she wasn't old enough for a license.
Right.
So that don't mean anything. She wasn't old enough to get into a club too. So you can get a fake ID for that. But people drive a vehicle with no license. So I really don't know until some evidence come out. I mean, we need some evidence coming out.
Trunk is not a big space. And they say it was a head and torso. So where are the legs and feet? Crazy. That's why everybody is on pins and needles with this case. There is something wrong with him. Listen, he seems very mild-mannered, very smart. The way he made his money, very smart, intelligent. But those song lyrics, so, no, You seem normal, but the song lyrics gives it away. The last video I just played, the arm falling off, no, that boy is twisted and something's wrong. And maybe they're having a hard time proving it because he's calculated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Somebody's calculating if you keep moving that damn car from spot to spot to spot. I don't trust David. I think he's weird and strange. And people who talk about death all the time,
Well, see,
I don't go down that road. Like,
look,
he's
I'm with you.
weird.
I would say this: definitely strange, and the P word to be with an underage person.
That
I don't think too many people arguing that part. Now you got people who saying, "Oh well, we just thought she was 19." They ain't seen the evidence or whatever. A lot of people saying she wasn't. From the parents themselves, from her birth certificate, no, she wasn't, right? So, but a weird person, I think his behavior is strange, his lyrics. But strange people hang out with other strange people. So, now I'm just keeping it real. So, what if somebody else is setting them up?
Well, it could be.
It's like a love triangle gone wrong with the other Celeste.
Somebody just said that.
I don't know at this point, huh?
Let me read these. People can also think about the obvious and play upon it. Again, even if he didn't do it, it seems orchestrated. It seems very orchestrated.
Mm-hmm.
The older Celeste could have unalived her.
Mm-hmm.
It is not far-fetched that your girlfriend using the car. So, it's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. Let's see what y'all. It's a lot. Keep in mind, if they met when she was 11, he would have only been 16. I'm a mom of 2 grown boys, 16 years old, are strange and make very bad decisions. Something wrong with them. Sure, I disagree. My son went through something I ran to the bedroom, and it was a RH. Oh, I'm sorry, Healing. You know I'm old. What is that?
Yeah, I know. And look, I'm old too. I'm like, damn.
Healing. You gotta clear that up. What is RH? Okay, well, I think the leggings were put in there because they needed to get rid of her clothes. If they chop her up, they had to do it with her out of her clothes. Throw them in the bag. That's possible. Yeah. I know.
It's hard to say. I mean, a lot of things could be possible. But I guess once you start off on a bad track and people start to assume the person was definitely underage when you got with them, and the person had ran away, and you show it's photos of you being with her, it makes you suspect for that. Then when something else go awry, then in your vehicle, people gonna think that, but it don't necessarily mean you did it and put her in the vehicle. It could be somebody. It's somebody that you know. It's somebody around you that did this, or somebody you owe some damn money to.
Mm-hmm. And maybe this is what the police is going through. But I personally believe the blogs. I do. I think that the police know the same exact things as the blog, and maybe more. But it's not good police work to give away all your evidence. So I think that he can move. I think that he's under surveillance. They're not going to tell us that. I think he's under surveillance. I think David himself is panicking. He's panicking. And even though I hate that they are grieving parents and nobody should lose their daughter, and no parent should have no parent's child should go before they do. It's a pain that you wouldn't believe. With that being said, they're acting very strange to me, and I believe the blogs. The family's acting very strange. Until I can personally clear it, I'm gonna always think, but again, That's just gossip. He's not even been arrested. An interrogation is not an arrest. And an interrogation, if you said something in that interrogation that is worthy of them locking you up right then and there, they will do it. So I think he's under surveillance. I think he can move wherever he want to move. They know where you're at. That's how come I got that picture that I forgot. Fly Girl says, you can look at that little girl and see she's a child in the face and not 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes. Girl on the balcony at this show was wearing black tube just wait. Just as when Celeste was found. Oh, I thought you said she's found. It's a lot. It's a lot. Let's see. Yes, been there. I did not want to type it.
Do you see it? I mean, you didn't go up to see it, right? What it meant?
Where
The
did they meet?
RH.
Where was that?
It's right. Yeah.
Oh, the song Romantic
Yeah.
Homicide.
Yeah.
Perry,
Ooh.
is this a coincidence? These songs? Listen,
Yeah.
remember that Lil Boozy went to jail a long time ago, and he had the lyrics seemed so real, but they finally end up saying you cannot use a person's song lyrics against them.
Right. Right.
I think it's the dumbest thing ever for a artist like what's that guy, the Melly guy, to write in a song some real shit that you do, but
Right.
they do it all the time.
Right.
No, they can't use it against them. It must be their conscience or something. Them lyrics are too dark just to be made up. Something's wrong with David.
You know, it don't necessarily mean he did it. Like,
it doesn't mean he did it. There's something wrong with that boy. Even if you just wrote those lyrics, it's not one song that he was playing and whatever. It's over and over again showing a very disturbed person.
yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
That's what I think, y'all. I think he's a sick puppy. Something wrong with him. Yes, rappers do it all the time. And just because they can't use it against them doesn't mean it wasn't true. Now, I like Boozy, but I'm talking about your first stint in jail, Terrence. Okay. And then he had no, they write about it, but they can't use it against them. So y'all got to look real hard for evidence, because I don't believe he was that dark in his songs and had a normal mind. That's just me. I know y'all going crazy in the chat, but I just think something wrong with him. Something wrong with him. And no, I love it. Sorry, but not sorry. Yeah, something is wrong. Something's wrong, Callie. Something's wrong. But that doesn't mean that he would just leave all the evidence. Right.
Right. Yeah, no.
He's saying he wouldn't leave the evidence in the car. Who does that?
Weird people out there and that get into a lot of things that we're not going to agree with. And we're going to look at them as being strange. You know, they can look at normal people for being strange. I don't know. I just need to see some proof. I mean, because and if a person really singing this, doing all this, and making this big plan, I would think he would have had a better plan than just leave it in his trunk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We got to leave that open too. But they do write it in their songs. YNW, what is it? YNW Melly was the one that unalived his friends. It's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing, because, they were in a group. Something wrong with him too. Okay, something wrong with Melly. Something wrong with Melly. But they can't seem to prove it. So maybe she was drunk, something laced. Okay, Sherelle, this was too young to be around these adults. Because I think the parents are involved. And the manager, the bodyguards, all of them was going to get in trouble for having this young girl around them. Every single one should get in trouble. Well, they got to catch them. They got to catch them.
Now, these people coming up with a different look, anything could have happened. but say he on tour or whatever, and the guards and everybody is at the house, the mansion, you know, this OD thing pop up. We can't really call the popo. She's underage, right? And was on a missing police report before. We get to do something, but when you get to the chop and actually, you know, throwing them in the trunk, it seems like they would have had a better plan after that. It's just weird. I don't know who in the hell
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this medical report again. I don't even know why they released it. It doesn't say that she wasn't chopped. It doesn't say that. But we heard that that's what they said with a chainsaw. And so this medical report is no good. Doesn't say anything. It's just like, hey, y'all wanted a report. Here you go. So stop calling and asking us because we're not releasing it. That's what that is. That report is just no good. And I'm sure that we're not going to get the real report until maybe trial. I don't know. But until they get concrete evidence. But whatever it is, they need the police to verify something. So it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Hey, Eugene, he says, I think they gave the parents money. That's how I feel. Gave the parents money for the girl. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Parents are acting very strange. Now, I don't want to be disrespectful to grieving parents, but you haven't been cleared yet. And whenever there's an unaliving, the first person they look at is the family members. Like, if something happens to me, I will want y'all to question Perry. Question Perry all day long. Take a couple more in the room. His mother, Colleen Roberts Burks, needs to check her darn son. I would have been all up in my son's business. Yes. In holy hell, holy weird with those record labels, monsters. I'm there. Let's talk about David's mother for a minute, because the reports that we're getting is she said her son isn't the type of person to do this and this and that. And sometimes your mom is going to ride with you no matter what. She know her son's estranged. She heard them same songs that we heard. She might even know that he did it, but she's not going to say nothing. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Perry?
Yeah, no, which, you know, I mean, possible, but look, Felicia says this, right? It's possible the cartel sent a message. That's their MO. Now, all these things are possible, especially when the police saying that he's not a person of interest.
They said that. So,
and there's so many things can go wrong. Nobody want to be tied to an underage person saying that you knew and you was around. This what happened, man. Because I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know, y'all. You're right. I did hear that he was giving them $10,000 a week. If it's a possible ring going on, some others are trifling, but they don't act like your normal grieving parents. With that being said, it could be a language barrier. Someone else threw that out there last video.
It wasn't
I can't clear them in my mind.
Language barrier on that cash.
Did he give them money? That's what they're saying.
I mean,
I believed they were getting $10K a week. And that came from that chat that I was in. This was like maybe 4 days ago now. There was a girl named Carmen in there saying that he not only gave them money, he gave people around them money to be quiet about her being underage. Exactly. But that's gossip again.
Right. And I'm not going to say it was no language barrier because, look, they said $10,000 a week. That means $10,000. I think they probably, you know, some parents will do it for $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month. They didn't say pesos. It wasn't no language barrier. Do you understand? So we ain't gonna give it that out. Our parent, regardless, our parent is a parent, and you can speak 50 different languages. You still a parent. We ain't seen these damn parents.
Yeah.
They ain't seen their daughter in a year. According to them, she was gone, and then, well, hopefully she'll come back one day. She'll decide home was a good spot. They did went about their life. To me, I mean, I would be still looking for my kid.
And why did she keep running away? Now we got 4 times she ran away. 4 times. Did y'all send her back out there? Do y'all have anything to do with this X ring? It's a child. I don't know. But anyway, we'll keep you updated. At first, I was like, I don't want to do a video every day talking about this case, but I'm gonna have to do a video a day because it's getting really crazy. So anyway, Perry, any last words?
Well, no. I'm just going to agree with Eugene. There's no language barrier when it comes to money. And you ain't seen no story, no rumor that they got 10,000 pesos.
Let me say this before I leave. Yes, there are nice communities in Lake Elsinore.
Yeah, on hills.
But not a lot.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, things change, but look, no, we ain't gonna argue that because
but the neighborhood they were in was not very nice.
Afford what you can afford. That's it.
Right. And there was a lot of mobile homes around it. Now, let me shut up. Let me go. I am not offending anybody with mobile homes. I'm just saying that it's a heavily populated, it's a sparse city. And it's a what they call a safe city, where if you're getting smuggled in, that's one of the places that they have the safe houses. And so it's a whole community south Elsinore, not northern, where they're putting all the nice houses. Okay, let me go before I get more
outside border city. When you go from one major city and you go way all the way out, your last stop before you hit another major city. And a lot of times people move further out because 9 times out of 10 it's probably a little cheaper. And then people go there that's running from the law.
Bye. I gotta go. Bye, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Perry, you are a mess. I can't believe you said that.